Please tell us, what was it that made you want to start a coffee shop after such great success in social media?
You want to answer that? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, what made me want to start a coffee shop is that honestly, like, I love the social media thing, and it's just it's a great way to see new people, meet new people. But I was like, let's start a business that can be propelled by that social media. And what better business than coffee? It's essential to everything for everyday life. If people love it, people need it. They need it to start their day. People drink it during the day. I feel like it's such an essential for people. So that was really the inspiration behind starting a coffee shop.
And it's such a great location in Orange County and here in Costa Mesa, right off of Adams. What has been the reception to the coffee shop since you opened?
Yeah, I think the community is rallied behind it. We have a lot of houses that live behind us that have come. We've had fans come all over the Southern California come here to see the shop, and the social media and the coffee shop going hand in hand. Honestly, it makes perfect fit. And what better way to meet people is to have a cup of coffee, right? So that's what the idea behind it. And Rocky came up with this beautiful idea. It's family friendly, and we also always portray it as a family friendly page, so it made sense for us to do that.
Yeah, especially now where everybody goes to coffee shops not only just as an in-between in work throughout the day, as well as a place where they could do Wi-Fi, connect with other people. What has that been like for you to have that expansion of the space? Not only, like, I mean, you guys were famous on TikTok, and now you're seeing people coming in, not only using TikTok to show your coffee, but also using it as a place where people could do business and do business within the community.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be a student, and one of the things I liked most about being a student was, you know, getting away from the house here and there, and just like going into a public place like a coffee shop, just connecting to the Wi-Fi like we got here, just doing my own work, and, you know, sort of like offloading from everything, and just like locking in at a public place. So I enjoyed that as a student, and I feel like I wanted to bring my own environment and my own spice to that, and that was another like bit of a motivation for me to open this place.
Yeah, and let's get into the coffee. What were some of your drinks that have been really popular right now in your first couple months?
I'd say there's probably 3 drinks that are the most popular. I would say it's the Snickerdoodle at number 1, the Nutella Matcha Latte, and then probably the Honey Lavender Latte.
I have to disagree. I like the caramel latte myself. It's really good.
So what was the thought process? Because like the Snickerdoodle latte is something that has not really been done much. What was it about taking the risk and bringing and inventing new style of drinks that really makes you guys stand out?
I feel like the Snickerdoodle one, it was you know, you gotta have something with cinnamon, so we did a bit of a twist on it. So we did that, but I feel like the real risk we took was with the Nutella Matcha Latte. I feel like not a lot of people like to mess around with matcha. They keep it pretty ceremonial and plain. But I feel like mixed with that Nutella, a lot of people have started to pick up on it. They see it. That's like the first thing that pops out to people on the menu. Like because I work the cash register a lot, the first thing I notice that people are always spotting out, ooh, Nutella Matcha Latte. They might not order it, but it definitely catches their eyes every time, and it is probably one of the more popular items.
Yeah. And when coming up with the drinks, what was it like? Was it a family affair in which you guys decided what the drinks were going to be?
I'll explain. I used to own coffee shops back in the day when I got done with college. That was my dream, right? I opened up 5 coffee shops in the East Coast, and we were on campuses across Michigan, and that's where I started my business. And Rocky knew that, and I think he got the vision from that to start off. And he put his own touch on this particular location. He thought it was a great idea, so he put his own touches on this. And you want to explain to him how you came up with the drinks and this kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I assembled a good team, and me and that team put our heads together for like a week straight. We tried many different ingredients. We looked at other local coffee shops for inspiration, but we wanted to be original at the same time. So we seen like what are some of the popular drinks. What do people gravitate? And matcha, of course, here in Southern California, everybody's ordering iced lattes. So we need to go hard on a good iced latte. People, I know back in the day, I know everybody's ordering a cappuccino, something hot, but I would say about 70% of the drinks we sell are iced lattes. And that's the name of the game nowadays. So we wanted to dial in and make some good iced lattes.
Yeah, and here at the Caffeine Club, you guys have not only have a beautiful location, and it really sets you guys apart from other places that we've seen in the area. What was the thought process in the location and making it really stand out when people walk in, not only feel welcoming, but also be a source of inspiration to the neighborhood around us?
Well, it is a corner location, which is nice, and you got a lot of high traffic that crosses this street. Also, it's right down the street from the college. You know, right, we got college literally about a quarter of a mile down that way. And the neighborhoods behind the shop is amazing. There's so many people live behind the shop. So you get influx of college students, plus you get neighbors, plus you got fans coming here. So that gives you 3 different avenues you get, plus the business people. So there's 4, you know. All the workers that come here, they support us. You know, there's so many workers in the shopping center and stuff. It's just been amazing. It's been a great feel. He's the guy behind the plan, but I envision this a good location, and I think it's going to work out just fine. It's really for our first month of sales, we're very happy.
Awesome, and especially with Orange Coast College right down the street and their expansion, I'm sure it's bringing in a lot of students in.
Yeah, definitely.
Be able to get their coffee before class.
Yeah, he offers them 15%, is it? Or?
Yeah, any OCC student gets 15% off anytime they come in here, just the student IDs.
Oh, that's awesome. And I mean, and it helps drive business,
Yes,
especially in the community. When it comes to the beans that you select, is that something, going back to the coffee, is that something that you're very meticulous with, in which beans and which type of, where it's being grown for your coffee?
So we have
He actually studied that for at least a month. I remember him going, you know, researching it, and he did a great job. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we have a main roast that we use, but we also have another roast, and it's a single origin, and then we swap it out like almost weekly, but we like to dial in exactly like you said, like where it's from, what farmer, and we want to make sure it's a very good product, and we want to make sure the roast is as fine as possible on that. So a lot of like coffee people, they just, you know, they want their fix, but there's some people that really care about the taste of that espresso. They like to, you know, sniff it. I know it's as silly as it sounds, but they sniff it, they spin it around, and they really like sip it like very finely to understand all the tastes and the notes that you get. Because coffee is pretty complex.
Yeah.
I don't know if I never realized it, so I really got that deep into it, but different roasts have very different like layers to it, and I think it's super important to find a good single origin, to always have one of those on hand.
Yeah. What countries do you do?
Well, it's we switch every week, like I said. So we have Guatemalan. We've had from the Guji region. We've had so many, it's slipping my mind. I'm Colombian, of course, but it rotates every week, and it's gonna be something new every week. So.
Yeah. Do you have, I should say, any drinks that you come up with within your family that's been traditions that you've grown up with? Like for us and for myself, café de olla, like I mentioned, was something my grandma used to make during winter months that really was a family type of tradition that passed on from generation. The way she made it. Have you implemented anything from your family traditions in your family that into this coffee shop or specialty drinks?
When I come in here, I say, give me a pop special, right? Mm-hmm. So they give me the double caramel latte with 3 shots. And I don't pay for it either, I just want you to know. And that's called a pop special, by the way. Anyway.
I wouldn't say we have a particular drink that has like family tradition, but we serve hummus here, and my mom comes in, she helps us make it, it's her recipe, and we do it in house, and I feel like that's a good, it's a good sort of like introduction of our culture. I know like a hummus in a coffee shop sounds odd, but I feel like it fits very well. Something good to snack on while you're dialing and doing your work, and I feel like it's a good mixture of our culture as well.
Well, and it's a smart thing to do because most coffee shops are mostly pastries. There's something sweet, but with something like hummus, it's a nice get together. Something that you're not worried about having too much sugar.
That's right. You can get 3 different flavors. We got the buffalo, and we got the original.
Yeah, roasted red pepper as well, and we might play around with some flavors coming up soon. But.
Yeah, so that's our family touch on it. I would say. He's right.
Awesome. And are you looking to expand in the future with your food options and possibly adding more into them?
Yeah, of course. I'm always like this menu is like a living, breathing organism. It's always going to keep growing. So like, we're never gonna have a real set menu. I always want to grow more, add more. It's gonna be seasonal. You can have seasonal drinks, things that come in and out, and we're always gonna look at add more to the menu. for sure.
We need to make a Pops cake pop, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My face is on that cake pop, so all the people that don't like me, they can take a nice bite out of it.
And that would be great because they say, hey, it's marketing. You got to
That's
do
right.
what you got to do. Thank you so much for stopping with us. Really appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing what we'd love to have you make one of your most popular drinks for us and kind of give us an idea of how you put that together.
Great, and thank you for taking the time to come out here and interview us. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm gonna be making you guys our very popular Nutella matcha latte. All right. So first thing, get a good cup of ice. Pretty simple. We're gonna do a medium. You start with about a half a tablespoon full of matcha. And after that, you take it. You need to get some boiling hot water. One push. Yep. All right. We got our bamboo whisk. This is specifically made for whisking matcha, and you gotta whisk it in a certain form. You gotta go back and forth. It's not like a normal whisk where you just go in circles. You gotta do this for about 25 to 30 seconds if you don't want it to be clumped up, because matcha clumps pretty easily. When we're all done whisking, we put our matcha on the scale. You zero it out, and we put about 50 grams of our house-made Nutella sauce. There we go. All right. Okay. And then we get our milk of choice. I like whole, so I'm gonna go with the whole. Put about a third of it in, and then we come with one of our mixer cups. The matcha is super hot, so I don't like to place it on the ice. I like to get it in here first to try to at least get some of that off, and then go in with the milk. Give it a good spin. Oh, spilling everywhere. Okay. Top that off. Going with the cap. Then the little heart, because it is made with love, my friends. And there you have it.